Wonders shall never end. This country, something is really wrong somewhere. We know the right thing to do, but we all fail to do it because the system is already deteriorated. The system is corrupt. Anything goes. Everybody just does what he likes, thinking that they can get away with it. But thank God for the coming of social media is exposing a lot of things, really exposing a lot of things. And one thing with all these things happening now is that even with the way and the backlash that those who are committing these atrocities, with the backlash, it will still happen again, just like we are experiencing in the area of security. Embattled Dowen College speaks on Sylvester's death after heavy backlash. I'm sure a lot of us must have been following this matter all this while, and it's so pathetic how this boy just lost his life just because he went to a boarding school, just he went to a school that even they paid. It's not as if it's a free thing in the first place. They paid, hoping that these guys are into business and they are compassionate about, or they have compassion concerning what they are doing. It is evidence that majority of them are just there opening school, opening business just because of money. The passion is not there. How can children be kept under your care and they are even having a court? How come in a private school? It's really baffling. I'm just even surprised that in a private school they have courts, not even a public school where by anything goes, nobody is going to be seriously held accountable for what is being done. But a place where they are paying heavily, parents are coming to pay heavily, patronizing you so that you have food on your table. I mean, the owner of the schools, you will have food on your table. They are patronizing you. You are in business and you are not taking it so serious. If it were to be government school, you will say that oh, this I don't care attitude on seriousness and what have you, whether the teachers are not well remunerated. But what do we have to say to a private owned school? What can we say to that? And how will such a thing will be happening and the school authority will not be aware? Because what led to this 12-year-old boy's death was as a result of come and join court. The parents will say, oh, I don't want to take my children to public school. Let me take them to private school because they will be more responsible. But see what is happening. Initially, when this whole thing happened, the school was speaking another language. But now that the whole thing is backfiring, they are now speaking nonsense. Speaking nonsense. But like I said, thank God for social media. It's social media that is bringing all these people out. If it were to be all these conventional media houses, for where it will just die there, the matter might just be coming up gradually, like that, and before you know, people will forget about it. But social media, if your matter enters social media, forget you too. If your matter enters social media, you don't finish, they will carry on every now. Nobody's going to be begging anybody to say, oh, let us talk about it. No, freely people will just be dishing it out, and that is what we are seeing now. Embattled Dowen College has vowed to work alongside with the authorities in the investigation into the death of one of its pupils, Sylvester Oromoni, who was allegedly tortured by colleagues for refusing to join a court. Can you imagine that? The school, in a statement issued on Saturday, described Sylvester as a beacon of light for the school as it is commiserated with the family of the deceased. This comes amid a backlash against the school from the public over its claim that the deceased was injured in a football match. The statement reads, saying, our deepest sympathies go out to the family of one of our beloved students, Sylvester Oromoni Jr. He was dearly loved by his teachers, his fellow students, and he was a beacon of light for the school. The tragic and unfortunate incident which transpired this past November and Sylvester's untimely death requires a thorough and proper investigation. Dowen College is fully committed to this. We are assisting the authorities to get to the bottom of this heartbreaking incident. The first step taken by the school, in conjunction with the Ministry of Education, has been the immediate closure of the school to aid in the investigation. Understandably, at this time of intense grief and suffering, emotions are raw and tensions are high. We pray that God, who alone knows the comfort, the sorrowing, will comfort Sylvester's family, and all those who loved and knew him. We commiserate with the Oromoni family and the students of Dowen College who have lost a friend and a fellow student. This is a traumatic experience. We assure our parents that the school is taking steps to ensure the safety and security of their children and wards. This is paramount. Every child is valued at Dowen College, and their health well-being is of the utmost priority to the school. Meanwhile, the state government has ordered the indefinite closure of the school pending the outcome of the investigation, the outcome of which is said would be made public. Hmm. You see, only God knows whether the school, at least whether the school is going to be open or reopened later, but it's not going to be too easy for them to open the school. Now, instead of it, what you ought to have monitored, you didn't monitor it and see what it has cost you. You must have spent a whole hell of money instead of you to work with what you are being paid for. You neglected it. By and large, no matter what, you are going to lose a lot, and the credibility and the stain is already in that school, and you expect other parents to trust or to entrust their children into your care again. You think that is going to be possible? No, you have lost and you have lost. Now this is just a damage control, because initially they were saying nonsense things that people could not even relate with. Now they are telling us that oh, every child is valid. If every child is valid, how can courtesan be in a private school? We know that a lot of things happen in public schools, but what a private school? I can't just even fathom it. I can't just even think round about it. How come? What were you doing? How big is the school? No matter how big it is, in as much as a private school, you are being paid heavily. And the parents of this boy brought this boy all the way from Delta State, to come and school in Lagos. All over the country, people's children are there, and you allowed courtesy. How come? I don't understand. I can't just even think round about this whole thing. It's unfortunate. What kind of negligence is that? We are not talking about a public schools. We are talking of a private school. Oh my goodness. Well, you don't ensure the safety and security of children by shielding criminality and hiding the truth. And just like we heard, the rumor has been going around that the children who committed these atrocities against this 12-year-old boy, that their parents had flown them outside the country. As soon as they just say this, matter don't change, be like this. So they say they have taken them abroad. But no matter what, see what happened to Don Davis. At the end of the day, is it Don Davis or whatever? The woman that the Deborah woman is her daughter. Thank God for the way the woman stood. After some time, people just believe that normal Nigeria they will sweep it under the carpet. But now they have gotten judgment. Initially, everybody was talking pia 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 pia. This woman, your own is too much. Wait till be this now. Wait till be your own is too much. Your own is this and that. A lot of people were denying, oh, it didn't happen. It happened. But now, justice has been served, and I'm sure this one will not go down the drain also. So guys, leave your comment down there below and let's have your take.